And welcome to the Bike Racing Without Mercy training vlog. On the agenda right now is something very nasty from Ed Laverack, so I've carved up in advance. It's basically 3 sets of 10 minutes at FTP, 290 to 300 watts, straight into 40-20s. And the 40-20s have the 40-second efforts at 120% of FTP. 8 minutes recovery, repeat twice. Just going to get my equilibrium established. And then I'd like to talk about structured training and progression. 2 fitness concepts that I personally adore, whether you're looking for athletic improvements or improved body composition. In my opinion, both are integral to a healthy lifestyle and both are very much related. If you set yourself a goal, an objective, or a series of small objectives, and a structured training plan, and gradually progress to it, you're going to see improvements in athletic ability. Whether it's lean mass and muscle, whether it's more endurance at tempo or zone 2, or being able to punch harder by greater intensity on the bike, or more reps or sets or heavier weights in strength. And with progression in athletic ability comes greater ability to burn more calories per training session, and with added intensity, more calories per hour trained, and actually afterwards, because lean muscle is metabolic and intense training burns calories for up to 24 hours after the training's over. Key is having a goal or an objective that excites you personally. And then structured training, allied to consistent nutrition, recovery and sleep, will enable you to gradually progress towards your goal and improve your chances of achieving it and also sustaining a healthy lifestyle. Prior to this, just coming to the intensity, well, added intensity, Ed would call it spice. I'm going to try and stay seated. Erg mode is not engaged.
Goals can be ambitious and intimidating, but they don't have to be. Indeed, I've always found pleasure in the simple ones. For example, adding 10% to my FTP, shedding a couple of kilos of body fat, or increasing my deadlift by 20 kilograms. I find small but tangible goals are perfect because we can then create a plan and enjoy the process of working towards them. And once we achieve them, we can regroup, maybe raise our ambitions a little bit and go again.
This feels okay. Free after this though. Check out the upper body strength training that I did prior to this. Again, objective, balance development of the torso, try and increase number of press ups as well. Well, I completed 3 sets of 10, 9, then 8 rotating pull-ups, and as I always say, if you work the back, well, you should work the front of the torso for nice, even development of power, strength and muscle. Avoid imbalance, avoid injury. So right now, I'm working on my clap press-ups. Now these are really explosive, and I'm hoping that that explosive power will ultimately translate to more reps on my conventional press-up. Here we go. This is set number 3, aiming for 6. And stopping the set as I felt that the rep speed was about to slow. So now it's going to be a set to max, i.e. somewhere between, I guess, 20-25 reps of deep press ups using these, and back to the bike. Oh dear me, horrible. These are very Ed Laverack.
We can of course DIY our training plan because there's loads of information out there on internet or YouTube. Of course, just reading a good old-fashioned book. But because there's so much information out there, it can be confusing. There can be different methods that each say they're best in terms of training, nutrition, strength and recovery, and it can be difficult to know which to go with. So pick some training methods that are specific to your objectives and then be decisive, implement them and execute on them. Stick with them for at least 6 weeks, measure progress, make little refinements along the way potentially, but be consistent. And then at the end of 6 weeks assess, is this working for me personally? Am I making gains? Is this fitting with my lifestyle? Am I enjoying this healthy lifestyle that I'm trying to create? And if the answer is yes, well, persist and refine and push on. And if the answer is no, well, maybe try an alternative method. You never know. But there may come a time where we peak and plateau, or we want to press on further and faster, or we're just interested in expanding our knowledge on the subject. And this, to my mind, is where a high-quality coach is worth their weight in gold. A good coach can help us avoid injury and overtraining. They can plan our training that's specific to our objectives and build in recovery and build in peaks and impart knowledge that we can take and use once the coaching's over. To my mind, high-quality coaching is a much better investment than an upgrade to our bikes, for example, a carbon saddle. Something to experiment with, yes, a luxury, but, to my mind, value for money.
Well, 50. I'm going to fast forward the training, forgo 3 minutes of recovery, because I need to crack on with work. Here we go. 10 minutes of threshold. Let's get my cadence, bring up a bit, and the breathing, and a nice pedaling technique. And through consistency, structure, being mindful of what we eat, gradually we'll see the progression. And progression is addictive, it's motivating. Little steps of progression create a virtuous cycle upwards, encourages you to stay on track and sustain what's working. Of course, it enables us also to measure when things aren't working and when we need to make little adjustments. So structure and consistency are the name of the game. Progression and structured training get us there. And do keep in mind that progression is not linear. You go up and down along the way to success. Sometimes little steps back. But the structure and the healthy lifestyle is what will keep you on track to hit your goal. And as Arnold will say, beware the naysayers. Those who would knock you off track, tell you your goal's silly, or offer you donuts to push you off your fat loss objective. Trust in yourself, your passion, your objective, and the training. Work really hard and enjoy the gains. The great man himself will elaborate.
There's one thing that you have to do, and that is you have to first of all work your ass off. And number two, you have to have a very clear vision of where you want to go. You have to be brave. You have to be tough. Have the discipline to follow through. And it is very important that you don't listen to the naysayers, because in every step of the way, when you make decisions like, I want to be a bodybuilding champion of the world, people say this is impossible, this is an American sport, it's never going to happen. So I never listened to the naysayers because I believed what Nelson Mandela said, that everything is always impossible until someone does it.
I'm only going to go 5 minutes recovery again, I feel fine. So let's hit it. Establish the equilibrium, reboot the diesel engine, cadence, breathing, mouth and jaw open. Enjoy the 10 minutes. I'll report back. And here's me seeking a little bit of progression on the deadlift. Well, since increasing the trap bar weight from 70 to 80 kilograms, I've been gradually building back. Starting with 3 sets of 4 powerful reps, and then last week 3 sets of 5 nice powerful reps. So aiming for some progression this week with 3 sets of 6 powerful reps. Yeah, they felt good. I think the rep speed was nice and quick, powerful. Knees were out over the toes, back was straight, good, powerful push through. How many times can you say the word power in a minute with the glutes and the hips? I found a slower cadence here. Feels very different at 90 versus 98. I went up Mont Ventoux, had a much lower cadence for what turned into a 1 hour FTP on Sunday. So I'm experimenting a little bit more. One to go. Ed, you are fiendish. This was filmed before my hospital operation. I'm currently in recuperation. Lactic acid perfection. Into the wander. On with work and post-ride nutrition. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, pretty good. Staying within the power range. The second block of 10 minutes of threshold, I was a tad below. The 40-20s were okay. And then the third block of 10 minutes was better. I was in the range nicely, had a cadence of about 90, felt good. And then the 40-20s were all in the range. Now on for the post-ride nutrition recovery. Tomorrow is obviously a full rest day.